Have you ever wondered why people from different parts of the world look so different? From the color of our skin to the shape of our eyes and the texture of our hair, humanity is a beautiful tapestry of diversity. But where did all these differences come from? Are we really that different after all? Let's dive in and find out. Believe it or not, every single one of us, all 8 billion people on this planet, can trace our ancestry back to a small group of modern humans. Homo sapiens, who lived in Africa around 200,000 to 300,000 years ago. For thousands of years, our ancestors stayed in Africa. Then, about 60,000 to 70,000 years ago, a small group ventured out of the continent. This event, known as the Out of Africa Migration, was the starting point for populating the entire globe. As these small bands of hunter-gatherers spread across Asia, Europe, Australia, and eventually the Americas, they encountered a vast range of new environments. They faced everything from scorching deserts and humid rainforests to icy tundras. This is where a powerful force of evolution comes into play: natural selection. Natural selection is basically nature's editing process. In any population, there's natural variation. Some individuals have traits that give them a slight advantage in a particular environment. They are more likely to survive, have children, and pass those advantageous traits on. Over many generations, these traits become more common in the population. It's not about being better in general, but better suited to a specific place and time. Let's start with the most obvious difference: skin color. Our skin color is determined by a pigment called melanin. The more melanin you have, the darker your skin. Melanin is fantastic at protecting us from the sun's ultraviolet or UV radiation. In regions near the equator, like in Africa, the sun is incredibly intense. People with more melanin were better protected from sunburn and skin cancer. This gave them a survival advantage, so darker skin became the norm in these sunny climates. But as our ancestors moved away from the equator into regions with less sunlight, like Northern Europe, the story changed. UV radiation isn't all bad. Our bodies need it to produce vitamin D, which is crucial for bone health. Very dark skin blocks too much of the weak sunlight in these northern latitudes, making it difficult to produce enough vitamin D. This could lead to serious health problems like rickets. So, in these environments, individuals with lighter skin who could absorb UV rays more efficiently had the advantage. Over time, populations in these regions evolved to have paler skin. It's a perfect example of natural selection acting as a balancing act. Your skin color is essentially a finely tuned adaptation to the amount of sunlight your ancestors were exposed to for thousands of years. From the darkest black to the palest white, and all the beautiful shades in between. It's all a testament to our species' incredible ability to adapt. Now, let's talk about facial features. Take the nose, for example. The shape of your nose might have a lot to do with the climate your ancestors lived in. The primary job of the nose is to warm and humidify the air you breathe before it reaches your lungs. In cold, dry climates, a long, narrow nose provides more surface area to warm up that chilly air. This is why you often see narrower noses in people whose ancestors are from colder regions. In contrast, in hot, humid climates, the air is already warm and moist, so a wider, shorter nose works just fine. There's less need for that internal heating and moisturizing system. What about eye shape? The epicanthic fold, a small fold of skin on the upper eyelid that is common in many East Asian and some indigenous American populations, is a fascinating example. While we don't have a single definitive answer, one leading theory suggests it may have been an adaptation to protect the eyes from harsh, cold, windy conditions, or from the intense glare of sun reflecting off snow and ice, which would have been common in places like Siberia, where many of these populations' ancestors lived. Let's move on to hair. The variety is amazing, isn't it? From tight coils to straight strands, hair also tells a story of adaptation. In hot, sunny climate, tightly coiled hair, like that common among people of African descent, creates a layer of air between the scalp and the hair. This acts as a fantastic natural cooling system, protecting the brain from overheating. Straight hair, on the other hand, is less common in those regions. In colder climates, straight hair can hang down and provide a bit more insulation for the head and neck, trapping a layer of warm air. Hair color, much like skin color, is also influenced by melanin. More melanin means darker hair. Finally, let's look at body structure. The general principle here is all about managing body heat. Think of it like a radiator. To cool down efficiently, you want a lot of surface area. To stay warm, you want to minimize it. This is explained by something called Bergmann's and Allen's rules. In hot climates, it's advantageous to have a taller, leaner body with longer limbs. This increases the body's surface area relative to its mass, allowing heat to escape more easily. You can see this body type in populations from places like East Africa. Conversely, in very cold climates, a shorter, stockier build with shorter limbs is more beneficial. This body shape has less surface area compared to its volume, which helps to conserve body heat and stay warm. This is a common body plan among populations like the Inuit in the Arctic. It's all about thermal efficiency, a brilliant evolutionary solution to the climate challenges our ancestors faced. So we have different skin colors, facial features, hair textures, and body shapes, all shaped by tens of thousands of years of our ancestors adapting to different environments around the globe. It's a powerful story of survival and resilience. But here's the most important part of this entire story. Genetically, we are all astonishingly similar. If you compare the DNA of any two people on Earth, you'll find they are about 99.9% identical. That 0.1% difference accounts for all the visible diversity we've just talked about. The concept of race as a biological category is a myth. It's a social construct created by humans, not a biological reality. The traits we use to define race, like skin color, are literally only skin deep and don't correlate with more complex traits like intelligence or talent. Our journey from a small group in Africa to a global species is a shared one. We are one human family with a common origin and a shared future. The differences we see are not signs of division, but beautiful evidence of our species' incredible journey and adaptability. They are variations on a single wonderful theme: being human. So next time you look around at the diverse faces of humanity, remember the incredible story of migration, adaptation, and survival that connects us all. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into what makes us who we are. See you next time.